Hey guys, Artifact Molotok here, and now I'm back with some very frightening news for the poorer players. Rogue decks, in general, are in trouble. And I'm going to explain this simply. Look at the format that we're in. True Draco. Literally shit on the majority, if not all rogue decks that were formerly known as the best ones. With only a few like the Tower Knights, Monarchs, and a few others that I'm too lazy to list right now being able to escape the hellhole. Literally, look what happened when Link Summoning came out. I say around 50% of the rogue decks dropped dead, had their neck snapped, had their throat slit overnight. Half the rogue decks got their neck snapped overnight and dropped dead, never to be brought back alive again. Until they get Link monsters. Literally. A lot of rogue decks just drop dead overnight because even though some decks like Synchrons, DDD still have some plays, the decks are not going to be where they were before, and the plays are not enough to contend with Masterpiece plus Trident, plus Back Row, and plus Ash Blossom and Ghost Ogre in a format like this. And again, this is the problem with meta decks such as Zoo, True Draco, and my most hated of all of them right now, Dinos. This is the problem with these decks. These decks, every single deck they come out with power creeps into the deck in order to make it more fucking money for Komoney's pockets. But here's the problem. If all of these decks were cheap, it would be perfectly fine. And I'm going to tell you a story about what I consider the best format ever. That's right, single-handedly the best format ever. Monarchs, whether you like it or not, Monarch Cosmo PK Fire. That meta was the best format ever in the history of the game. Because it was the one time in the history where you could buy 3 structure decks and top at your locals depending how you played it. That was the only time in the history of the game. With ABCs, you still have to buy some dimensional barriers back when the card was expensive, okay? You have to buy some anti-spells back when that was a $15 staple in order to stop the Metal Post matchup. Let me think, what else? And the list just goes on and on and on of things that just stop you in general. From being able to afford ABC. Sure, there was a budget ABC list, but at the very end of the day, again, you weren't, like, you could build ABC's budget, but were you going to top of your locals? No. Because you needed those expensive cards in order to make your deck click with the meta. You needed those expensive techs in the deck. You need your 3 strikes warning back when emptiness was at 1 emptiness, of course. You need your Twin Twisters, you need your freaking Cosmic Cyclones, you need your MSTs, you need your dimensional barriers, you need your anti-spells, you need all these cards in order to switch up depending on the fucking format. You needed this shit. Or you would get wrecked. You need your Kaiju engine. You needed all these damn cards in the main or side as techs in order to increase your chances of doing well. Monarchs is the one structure deck in the history of the game where you could buy 3 of it. Monarchs, and there's one more, Dinosaurs. And technically not even, because with Dinosaurs you still have to invest in other cards. I mean, it's not just buy 3 Dino structure decks and let's go. So no, you can't even use Dinos in the argument. With Monarchs, I watched a video on YouTube one time of someone topping with just 3 structure decks of Monarchs. That is the only structure deck where you can just buy the 3 structure decks, get the sleeves, get the mat, get the deck box, and just get it rolling. And get topping. With Dinosaurs, while the majority of the cards are indeed in 3 structure decks, in the form of Dino Master's Fury, you still need to invest in other cards like Trishula, which is cheaper today. You still need to invest in the True Keen engine. You need to invest in all these things in order to keep your deck top tier and on top of everything. You need your Dragonic diagrams in order to get your Lithosagum or Lithosogem the Disaster from Deck's hand. You need these cards in order to make dinosaurs even playable. And that's the truth. Hashtag the truth in the comments. And now we saw the past. Let's look towards the future. Like I said a few minutes ago, about half the rogue decks that we used to play, dead. Had their neck snapped, had their throat slit, they're dead. Sit, gone, forever. Never to be seen in the competitive scene ever again until they get new, better support or a link monster that supposedly fixes their entire archetype. Burning Abyss is confirmed to have a link monster, so you'll be able to pilot that again if you already have the cards. But if you happen to be one of those unfortunate scrubs that does not have a Burning Abyss core put together, you're going to have to spend $45 on your playsets of Secret Rare Dantes in order to be able to build the deck highest rarity if you're a rarity whore, like the majority of the pro players. That is right, you're going to have to spend $15 on each and every single one of your copies of Dante in order to be able to build the deck. And I can see the gold rare one going up to 10 at some point too, because the trends of Konami show that Burning Abyss, when they're getting new support, about 98% of the time the support is always good. Aside from a few shitty cards that they made for the deck. But Beatrice has proven herself good. So I predict this Link monster to be broken like the new Spiral Link monster broken like. Something close to that, if not more. Or same, if possible. So yeah, Burning Abyss is going to start going up in price. And Dante has already been going up in price. So soon, Burning Abyss is not going to be a budget deck anymore. It's going to be a top tier meta shit again. Oh, and the PK Fire engine has went up in price too. If you guys don't have that, then you're basically fucked. If you want to play PK Fire for links. You really think that you can pilot any random Pendulum deck in this format and the next for the duration of this format and the next format and have consistent success with it? Just because somebody got second place with Pendulum Magicians at an event doesn't mean that you're going to see it happen all the time. Because at the end of the day, Zoos, Dracos, Dinos, same 3 decks are going to have the most consistent wins. Whether it's True Draco Zoo, True Draco Demise, Pure Zoo, True King Dinos, Paleozoic Dinosaurs like I saw in my locals once. All these fucking variants of the fucking deck that you see today. It doesn't matter. Same shit. It's basically centered around the same strategies. 1 card or 2 card combos. That's why I would call you impressive. If you can pilot Fluffles or Dark Magicians or even Blue Eyes in this current meta and get any form of local or regional tops with the deck whatsoever. If you can show me proof that you managed to get so far, I will call you awesome. I will say you're awesome. And I'll probably shout you out anyways. Because there's not many times that you're going to be able to pilot these types of shits consistently. It's just not happening. It's not happening, you know? And it really is ridiculous how Rogue is beginning to fall from its grace to become a former self. And again, if you hit Card Demise on the list, you're just going to take away from more Rogue decks. You really are. Counter Fairies, going to be nowhere near what it was before. Even though my deck profile with Counter Fairy without Card Demise, it's strong, but it's nowhere near the level of where the deck can be if it had Card Demise. So, Counter Fairies will still be playable, or are they going to top anything ever again? Not until they see another generic draw card, something like Card Demise. GKs will be dead. GKs, aka Gravekeepers, will be dead if Card Demise gets banned. Card Demise has been that one card keeping them alive for all these years. For all these years already. Card Demise has been keeping them alive for all these months since Demise had came out. Because GKs don't have the capability to draw out their whole deck and just set up like that. You need to be able to protect that Necro Valley. You need to be able to protect that Dyna. Demise nets you that advantage for free. GKs need card Demise. If they don't have Demise, they're dead. You know what else will die and will never be seen in the competitive scene ever again? Klee Demise. Klee Stun needs card Demise. They rely on types of shit like that. But if they don't have access, they don't really have access to it, then they can't compete ever again. Especially GKs and Klee Stun. Counter Fairy can still do some shit, but not much. So that's why I put them in the list of decks that would be dead without card Demise. Gage X Scapegoat's HIV deck, aka my version of the deck, I call it the AIDS deck, would be dead without Demise. Because you need to be able to abuse Demise in these types of decks. Barrier Statue could still play without Demise. Yes, they could. But will they be able to recover if you manage to take out their turn 1 field? No, so they're still hurt by Demise getting hit. Because Demise in Barrier Statues, as Gage X puts it, it's a card that helps with recovery. Barrier Statues will never have that recovery ever again if this card gets limited or banned. It's literally going to be a one-of that you're only going to see once in the fucking blue moon. And that's it. So yeah, if Demise gets hit, we have 50% of the rogue decks left. I say another 20% is going to die if Demise gets hit on the list. So we're only going to be left with 30% of the rogue shit left. And that's if they're going to keep terraforming at 3 and not put it to 1. If they put terraforming to 1, well, whatever decks rely on terraforming, you guys are dead too, because you're not going to be able to see your field spells consistent enough. You're either going to have to change your list or quit or change the deck. Or just quit the deck in general. And this is the problem with Konami. They don't want to promote Rogue in the game because they figure it's less money in their wallet if people are playing cheaper decks. Well, if you would promote Rogue decks and promote poorer decks for the poorer players who don't want to spend $300-400 on Podium net decks every format, if you host that, then you probably encourage people to do that, then you might see more poor players going to your events. And you probably be able to make more money in your locals. Sacrificing a little bit of money to promote poor decks. And just because you play a poor man has to play Rogue, doesn't mean that the richer player doesn't have to play a meta deck. Most players arguably prefer top tier shit over Rogue anyway. So you could still make money doing it. And you'll probably be able to make more while being able to keep your player base happy. But no, you choose to insult us by giving us this regional point system. Just like you did for Canada. You basically make fun of us, giving us this shitty regional point system. Where if we collect enough points, we go to Worlds. America and Canada are the only two nations in the world, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong on that, please do. We're the only two nations in the world that have that point system shit. Because we're the two worst nations. But hey, Canada, I say, is better than us, doing pretty better than us right now when it comes to results at Worlds. Because back in 2014, they managed to take it home with Infinity. But ever since then, it's been nothing more than Japanese tops. And there's just so much unfair shit in the game. And I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to quit many times. But the rogue shit about this game, the fact that rogue decks are still playable competitively and the power is out there for them, it's still there for me, is what keeps me in the game. But if there was no rogue decks whatsoever, you would see me dropping out of Yu-Gi-Oh! Well guys, this is it for my rogue discussion video about why rogue is in danger. Have a good day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace. Boo.